Well, we back once again on the Listen to Low show. Remember what I said? 2 ears, 1 mouth. You never know you might miss if you don't listen to low. Now, motivation quote of the day is, you are your only limit. How far are you going to go? Where's your journey going to take you? When you going to know your journey is over? Emmitt Smith said the reason why he lasted in the NFL for so long, he knew when his journey was over. He knew when he hit that corner and he went down that sideline, and here they come trying to hit him. Talking about big running lock trying to take his head off, right? He knew that either I'd take him on and get hurt, or maybe get hurt, or they're going out of bounds. It's all about the journey. Know when the journey is over, but your limit. Wow. How you know how is your limit? How you know how you actually can go? Who determines that? Who stop you? Who's going to say go? Who's going to say stop? Are you going to stop when you're supposed to stop? Or are you going to keep on going? Keep on grinding. Taking that game to the next level. Taking that mindset to a whole nother place. When you step out the door, you get ready to go run around that block 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. And someone say, hey man, come on inside, take a break. You take a break or you keep on going. When you go out there down the highway and start running, right? You just running, cars blowing at you. Truck going by, the vibration going, the wind blowing, all of a sudden it start raining. Do you stop or you keep going? When they honk that horn, go boy, go, go, go. Do you stop or you keep going? You're your own limit. You determine where you're going. You are in control of your own destiny. That one thing about me, I never allow anyone to stop me from getting to that place I'm trying to be. I never do it. My grandma always told me, you make sure you take your game to another level. You make sure when obstacles get in your way, don't let them stop you. Go around them, go through them, or get some help, or whatever the case might be. You're your own limit. And I have someone in my studio right now today that understand that mindset of greatness. Understand that his limit is going to be up to him. But we even will make that even better on his limit. He has support behind him. If he want it, they're going to make sure he get it. There's a backbone and not a gristle. We're not talking about a bunch of friends, right? We're talking about mother, father. That's right there to make sure that path that he's on, that the yard going to get cut. If that grass high, they're going to cut the grass down. If that road got gravel, they're going to smooth the gravel out. They're going to make sure that nothing's going to stop him from reaching his ultimate goal of greatness. And we're going to find out what that goal is. In my studio right now, I have Pat Nix and Gavin Nix right here in the studio. Pat, Gavin, what's going on?
What's going on? What's going on, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Oh man, life is great. Life is great. It's great. A great day to come on the Listen to Low show. And I'm just honored because, when I first started doing these podcasts, I didn't know what to expect, what to do. I didn't know if anybody want to come on the show and listen to Low, right? I mean, you would think that. But, we have people that say, I don't want to go on that show. It's just another podcast. But you know what? It's been a blessing. It's been a blessing because I didn't know people really watching me. I didn't know that I'm going to have Hall of Famers on the Listen Low show. I didn't know Warren Sapp from the University of Miami Hurricane Hall of Famer going to say, what's going on? When we're going to do the show? I didn't know I was going to have Brandon Motherweather, Carter Crow Hall of Famer from Miami Hurricane saying, what's up? When we're going to do the show? I didn't know that I'm going to be doing football camp with Ray Lewis. I didn't know none of that there.
Right.
I didn't know that opportunity for me, they're going to happen. Because I know who's going to be watching me, who believe in me, what I want to do, right? That's what it's all about. But having you guys on the show, father, son, right on this little show, I'm just honoring myself.
Yes, you didn't know, but guess who did know?
Who knew?
God.
Yes.
Sir. That's who knew.
He knew.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's truly a blessing, man. It's a blessing for us to be on here. You a legend yourself, man. So it's a great opportunity, man. I'm ready to chop it up tonight, man.
Oh yeah, I am too, man. I too. And one thing about Listen Low, well, we keep it real and we give it to you blood raw.
You already
Ain't
know.
no games over here.
The way to be.
Straight up with it, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, listen, let's see how it happened. Where did this journey start, right? I want to go all the way back to youth football. And I'm going to start with that first, right?
Yeah.
when did you know that, man, this boy right here? When did you know, and did you know?
Well, here's the thing, it's always a point where it clicks
Uh-huh.
and you kind of recognize like, okay, he got a shot to do something with himself here. And for us, I was on the sideline all the time. I actually coached the defense of the Osceola Panthers,
Okay.
which is now the Osceola Cowboys. Shout out to the Cowboys and
Yes,
the
sir.
Panthers, Kissimmee, Florida,
Mhm.
Osceola County. Well, for Gavin, at first, I always tell everybody he actually started playing football over in Sanford when we lived over in Sanford.
Mhm.
And he was playing, of course, flag football. And, he didn't really quite understand. Of course, nobody really understands at the beginning. So I always tease him. I'm like, hey man, when you was playing when you was a little boy, if the ball was coming this way, you was going that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, for him, he played running back when we got over to the Osceola Panthers. And he was always the biggest kid. You know what I'm saying? So, it took a while for him to understand that I'm bigger and I'm stronger than everybody. I used to always tell him because he's home doing push-ups and sit-ups. We started that really early, but I always used to tell him, man, you're stronger than everybody. Don't use your hands to grab people, run through them. So at running back, it kind of clicked, I would say around 11 years old, but it still hadn't quite clicked. So I'll never forget. I would always used to tell him like, hey, Gavin, man, most kids they do like to score touchdowns. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but I don't think that's your true position. I don't think that's where you belong. You know what I'm saying? Even though he was good now, he was up for Heisman Trophy of the league every year. Him and Tavion Swint, that's a bad boy too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So they were kind of like the guys in youth football. So it kind of clicked, I think, when he finally was like a junior. With junior meaning he's around 12 years old.
Mhm.
We were, I think, playing somebody over in the Manatee Broncos, somebody like that. And he was on defense.
Mhm.
They put him in at linebacker. Somebody came through the hole and clow. And that's when I really knew it clicked.
Mhm.
So when he came to the sideline, I said, hey, man. He said, yes, sir. I said, that felt good, didn't it? He said, yeah, it did. It really did feel good. And for me, I think that's when it clicked.
I gotcha.
And so even when we were about to go to high school, he was in, the 8th grade, I'm still saying, Gavin, I think you need to, go to the defensive side of the ball. Because, at that time, he was wearing 220
Yeah, right.
in youth football.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Coming downhill. So a lot of kids would, hit him low.
Mhm.
And he came to the sideline again one time. I said, man, what you breathing hard for? He said, man, they're killing my machines. I say, man, what do you think they gonna do? They not. I say, they're not gonna hit your big ass up top. That's what I said. So I said, you might as well get used to it.
Right.
So for us, it went on, and he stayed at running back position primary, but he secondary was linebacker on defense. So now it's time to, it's he's in the 8th grade. He's about to go to the 9th grade. We go to his first college camp at the University of Miami. And he comes to me, he say, Dad, should I go with the running backs or the linebackers?
Yeah, it is.
And that's when it happened.
And that's when
I said, go with the linebackers.
Whatever. Let's go back with that there. So you seen something,
Mm-hmm.
right? You knew when it clicked, but still, you still out there running that ball. It's you football.
Right,
That's
right.
egging,
Yeah.
right? You out there playing football.
You want to run the basics.
Right. And then playing running back, we want to score.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I'm the big dog.
Touchdown.
They can't handle me, right?
Yeah.
Gavin, let's talk about that, right?
Mhm.
The glory position, running back. Everybody want to be that guy to get that ball, score a touchdown. I don't want to run back in the backfield realistically.
Right.
That's it.
So, what's your thought on that? And when did it click where you knew that, oh, I like football, I'm gonna get it done?
Yeah, really, like you said, man, at a young age, as I started to get older, obviously running back is the glory position, man. There's only one of you on the field. You're the only one with the ball carrier, and they get all the glory. And at a young age, at an immature age, I was like, man, this what it's gonna be. But as I got older, it did get annoying being the one that's getting hit. It feel like, man, it's 1 versus 11. You know what I'm saying? Like it got frustrating to me after a while. But as I got older, I was like, man, that one time when I did lay the wood on somebody, I was like, man, like it do feel a lot better to hit somebody than to get hit. So I like you said, that first time when I really, really, put the wood on somebody, I was like, man, this something that could be fun for real. And playing running back, helped me a lot. My instincts and things of that nature, it helped me because it's like running back and linebacker is two very similar positions. It's on opposite sides of the ball.
Yes.
So it helped me tremendously. And yeah, man, as I've just gotten older, and really the main thing was confidence. When you try anything new, you're not gonna have that confident factor to you. And when it really, really clicked as far as playing linebacker, when I knew, okay, this is something I can do, was that 8th grade University of Miami camp. Because I went out there and no training, no none of that. I'm straight raw. It was just nothing. I was like you said, he was like, "What you want to try? Running back, a linebacker?" Obviously it's scared and going to linebacker when I never had no training or none of that.
Right.
I played running back my whole life, but I was like, man, let's try it. I'm in the 8th grade. What can I lose from it? So man, I went out there, man. I had a great day, and mind you, this is a high school camp. I'm in the 8th grade,
Right.
and man, I did great. I was able to stand out, and from then on, I was like, man, okay, this is something I can do with it. So now that I've had that glimpse of what it could be like, I was like, man, I'm gonna go 100% with that. And going into that 9th grade year, that's when I was like, man, I'm strictly focused on linebacker. That's it. So that's what it was.
Here's what's interesting about all that, right? So I kind of remember that.
Yeah.
So me and your daddy go way back, right? We came up basically together up in Mount Dora, right? I'm from a park in Mount Dora, so we had a relationship. I was going to Mount Dora with my guy who basically just really impacted my life. One of the best football players I think ever came out of here, Michael Loman. Right, one of the best to do it. He played running back, and he was that Florida Georgia guy. Get that ball and go, track run, did everything, and an opportunity going to college. Chance at the Dallas Cowboys, and he took me in, and I was going to Pat House, right? Right that house, go there and sit in the Pat House, and all of us was together hanging and
all hang out,
everything. So just kind of interesting. So one day I'm just you might remember this. So we had an R&R camp. Your daddy have his business,
Scoops.
Hoops and Scoops.
Italian ice.
Italian ice, right? Hoops with Italian ice. Everybody love it. Best product. It's everywhere. So I'm pulling up and I'm like, hey, what's up, Lo? What's up? So I'm gonna give me a Hoops and Scoops. Right? I ain't trying to pay.
Yeah.
Don't be ready. Oh, I got you, Lo. I got you, right?
Of course.
I said, no, man, I got them get $5, right? So, and that's just what we do, right? And you sitting over there, and I'm looking at your dad. Hey, my boy bad, Lo. Taylor, he got he bragging. Boy. I'm like, right there. And I'm looking over there. Maybe we'll get you wrong. Let me know. Back.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
So I'm like, well, dang, you need to get with Aaron Jones. Am I right?
Yeah.
I said, you need to go to Aaron Jones because he's gonna pay D tackle. So I'm looking like that boy. He's like, no. He linebacker.
He can run.
That's what I said. That boy playing D tackle. You better get Aaron number. I said, no, man, I need to use somebody else's number. So he'll play linebacker. I'm like, all right. Okay, I'm gonna give you Mike Jones' number. Mike Jones played at Michigan, right? Linebacker. So I'm like, we're trying to hook that up.
Right.
Like, well, you need to bring him to me. Come on,
yeah.
with me now.
Oh yeah.
That's what I do now.
Yeah.
I'm linebacker you over here. Well, I got all the guys. I train guys like Terrell Horner played at Georgia Tech. I don't have Chris Delarosa at Georgia Southern. I had Riley Nichols from ICO that went to North Carolina State. Right. I got Manny Milano played at right now at Buffalo Bills. So I know how to train linebacker. I don't want to do nothing else. Right. And like, I'm gonna get him with you. He ain't come. See, you supposed to been can't train with Low, but he ain't come. He doing his thing, right? So now all of a sudden I went to a game, Osceola game, and everybody bragging about one guy, Swint.
Yep.
So I'm at the game, I'm looking. Now I'm with FBU, right? That way FBU started cranking up, right? And I'm looking at the game, watching, and I kept saying, who's that boy? He coming downhill.
Yeah.
And I'm looking and Swint, boom, Swint ran the touchdown. Now all of a sudden I'm looking, they on defense, big song back. Nix.
Yeah. Same fat boy.
A little closer.
Yeah.
This how crazy it was now. So I walked to the sideline, and I'm watching. I'm like, Nix again. So somehow I don't know what it was, but somebody like broke or something happened, and I almost got ran over. And the coach got mad. Get up the sideline. You got to make us get a penalty. I was so locked in, looking, and that was you. You had on transition. Your body had went from this kid over here to keeping it real, baby fat.
Yeah.
And also, kid that can't be the same kid. No way that's the same boy right there.
Yeah.
And here go Pat.
I told you.
He good at that right there. He good at it right there.
Yeah.
I told you.
That's what people don't understand, that transition, like all them years, them running back years, youth football league years, man. Like I was chubby, had that baby fat on me. I was making it work somehow running back, but man, that was the biggest thing. Like most definitely after that 8th grade year, I was like, man, if I want to do this now, I got to get my body right, and even after that, that summer when I got with you, man, that's all I was doing, just trying to get my body right, man, and we did it, but that transition was the biggest thing.
So that just went back to the quote: "You are your only limit."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 'cause you could have just say, just kept on doing what you do, and on extra, don't do anything extra, or case might be. But you had Pat. Let's go here. You said he wanted, but it's up to him.
Right.
Can't give it to him.
Right.
Right. He got to earn it.
Absolutely.
He got to do the part. Right.
Right.
You drive. He don't drive.
Right.
Your car crank up. He need to be in the passenger seat.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the passenger seat. Everywhere you went.
Yeah.
You took him where you need to go. Right.
Mm-hmm.
You made it possible, but he had to do the work.
Yeah.
Right. So, what was your thought then? Like, what guidance you had? Where were you going? What were you going to do to help him reach his limit as a father?
Well, here's the thing. Again, going back to youth football, I knew he had something in him. I knew it. I knew he had something in him. But like again, what he was saying, after that 8th grade year, and I'm gonna be real with you, his last year of youth football, he had a growing problem, and he couldn't practice a lot. So, of course, everybody talking about Swint, and to this day, Swint is the best running back I've ever seen in my life. I've seen a lot. I'm talking about IMG, college, everything. To me, the boy is the best running back I've ever seen in my life. I give him that praise. But you know what he did? When COVID came around, he said that after that season, he had a great Super Bowl. They won the Super Bowl. It was ranked number 4 youth football team in the country. Right. Him, Swin, a bunch of guys was on that team. I mean, it was some dogs on that team, and they won the Super Bowl. Right. But he was injured, so he couldn't practice. That boy was weighing 227 pounds. But he would play in the game because they needed a pounder. Him and Swint was almost like smash and dash. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he had a good Super Bowl game. And he came home. He said, Dad, I said, what's up? He said, I'm going to give myself 2 to 3 weeks to let this growing injury heal. And I'm going to work. And I'm going to change myself.
Hold that thought right there. He came to you.
He came to me.
And said, I'm going to rest about 2 or 3 weeks.
Right.
And then I'm going to go to work.
Yeah.
Where your mindset was at?
Man, it was just hungry. Man, that was the first time in my career where I really had a real injury where it was like, all right, I got to sit down and give myself time to heal. And with time away from ball, man, you really get to dissect and decipher, like, do I really want this? Can I sit back? Am I okay with it? And it really affected me sitting back and seeing all my guys out there doing their thing. And I came to a realization with myself where I was like, man, if this is something that I really want to do, I'm not doing everything that I need to do to be like who I want to be. You know what I'm saying? So that injury, it helped me a lot. And with time away from the sport, this was like, man, this is something that I really want and need in my life. This is something that I want for my future. So I was like, man, I'm the only person who can control that, really. I got a great support system. Anybody can tell me to do this, do this in the third, but I got to be the one to wake up and go take action on what needs to be done to get to where I'm trying to be. And man, that's why I was like, man, after that, I went to my dad, my parents, all that. I was like, man, when this leg get right, I'm gonna make sure I get right. So that's what it really was. I was super hungry, and I'm so blessed for that experience because it really helped my mindset change as a whole to even like still to this day, like keeping myself humble and hungry. Always keep myself chasing for more. I can never get complacent because I know it's I can always get better. So every day that I wake up, I'm trying to find or be intentional with trying to be 1% better every day.
I'll tell you one thing: if you don't be that way, it's okay, because there's somebody else doing it.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
You know, bust about it. And there's a lot of Gavins out there, especially when you go to college.
Yeah.
A lot of Gavins out there, but we're not even there yet. We're now transitioning to, let's put him with the right people.
Exactly.
Let's make sure his body has been transformed to be the best linebacker in the country. We're not talking about in the city. You know, in
Right.
the city, you can be linebackers in the city. Ain't that many people in the city, right? But we're talking about, we want to be the best in the country. We're trying to reach that limit. So let's put him in where he can be the best. So first thing, I'm gonna call it out. You know, you got Darnell Lindsay. He's a defensive back coach.
Yes.
And you took him over there to be a defensive back. He said, "Know what? Let me take care of the body. Right? Let's go to Coach Lowe. Hit Excel speed. Get out of the mindset. Let's join that trend of grinders, guys who take their game to the next level." Right?
I'll never forget, Low, when like probably about the third time that he was training with you, and you had somebody that had come back from college. This boy already was in college. Gavin was in the ninth, right, going into the ninth grade, and you did the drills, and they had to jump hurdle, and burst.
Yes.
And he was tying with the boy. Either he would win one, then Gavin would win one.
Right.
You looked at me dead in my face. You say, he D1.
Yes.
I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
You were one of the first people to say, he's D1 all the way.
Mm.
No ifs, ands about it. No ifs, ands, buts about it. He is D1.
Yeah, I knew it. The reason I know, because if you can come back at that age and compete with my college boys who've been with me since they were younger and all the way through, who play at the highest level, and compete with them on that level and grind and want more and want more, I know the difference. I've been around too long to not know when I see D1. And it ain't just always ability D1. It's your character has got to be D1. You got to be able to mentally handle that level.
Right.
You know, my son Lowe's at Notre Dame, and I said, "Oh yeah, that's D1 all day," because you know he's a get up the Notre Dame game and then run through the tunnel. And he told me that, "Dad, I ran through the tunnel, my heart rate was pumping like crazy. I went tired because I knew, you know, the grind and the training and the mindset he had, right? But then he got guys out there running that tunnel, them heart rate pumping so fast, they got to go get an oxygen because they really didn't have the mindset for it. You had the mindset. I'm talking about right out the gate. You know, 'cause I didn't know what to expect. Remember, all I remember the boy about a Ooster Scoop. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
Then I see the guy, okay, he coming down here and hitting, but I still don't know his grind and his mentality where he gonna bring it. I didn't know. So I put him to the test. First of all, I gotta run that lap.
Yeah, you already know.
Go get a leaf.
That's on the clock right there. Then if you lose, you gotta go get a leaf.
Go get a leaf off the tree.
That ain't changed for 20 years. Anyone that come back and keep coming back and keep coming back, and I see the ability, see the size, I knew right then, D1 all day long. When did you know?
Dude, I think it's really like them times like that when I could really get the chance to compete with the guys who already D1. You know, sometimes I'll work out with guys and, you know, pros will come around and when I could keep up with them guys at a young age, because for me, it was all about confidence. I was doing something brand new. So what I can see, like, man, like I can keep up with these guys, and all it was just a testimony to the work. Because, you know, it's nothing, it was not no special recipe or none of that. It was just work. That's all I was doing. And I got obsessed with it once I saw, like, okay, if I work, this is something that I can do. And, you know, that glimpse of being able to feel, you know, where work could take me, that's when it really clicked. And I was like, man, I got to keep doing this. I got to keep doing this. And I always would try to be better, be better. And I would always try to stay around them guys because that's the only way that would continually get me better. You know? So really, like them first couple moments like those when I was able to compete with your big boys and all that, man, that's when I really knew, like, okay, I got this.
I got
you
it.
know?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a word I'm looking for right now. When you do something, you get obsessed with it. What's the word? That's the right word? Obsessed with it, right?
Obsessed with it.
And so, boy, I tell you, I remember turning on the internet. And at first I thought it was like a China 9 news. Something gonna happen. right? Black male running down I-4 or Welcome Road
Yeah.
up a hill with no shirt
Talking
on
about the freeway.
the freeway.
That's what they say.
Running. And I'm like, now what is the what happened here?
Yeah.
It's Gavin Nix trained,
Up a hill.
working on the freeway, running up this hill, miles
Cars going by zoom.
what you thinking? It'll go viral.
Yeah.
Just think of that moment.
Shoot, really, when it came out, that was routine for me. By my house, we have that hill, and you look at some of the greats, they all had a hill. Now the hill that I have, obviously it just so happened to be right in between the highway, but it's a monster hill.
Yeah.
So once I really, once I really was able to be mature enough to like, all right, shoot, it's places where you got to go miles and miles to find the hill. I got to go right here. So I would do that consistently week in and week out. And then my dad figured out I was doing it. He was like, "Man, what you doing?" So, cause it's a little like a couple minutes from my house. So I would just go get my bike and be like, "All right, I'm gonna go work out." So once he found out I was on the hill, he was like, "Man, let me go out there and record you."
Yeah.
So shoot, I'm just out there doing my thing, working out, and then so happened. He posted it, and then your guys at FBU was like, "Man, let's post it together."
Right.
And that's when they did that, and it blew up, man.
This guy's a ninth grader.
Well, that propelled a lot, right? It's from that, and then now every camp in the one to every football camp, summer camp, college camp, it just kind of woke up the beast, right? But they looking for that next great linebacker. Then you get in, you go down to FBU camp, you dominate the FBU camp. The training from a cornerback coach, you out there going one-on-one running back. I think a couple times they go against the receivers. Ain't about to do nothing anyway. So you locking out everything. You get picked to be in a fresh All-American game at FBU and just dominate that game. You proved that you're one of the best freshmen in the country. All I want to know right now from you, what was your stats that game?
Shoot, I had 16 tackles, 5 tackles for loss. I had a PBU, and I had 1 sack.
Yeah, that was the one.
And the sack was a safety.
Safety.
Yeah.
It was. Yes, it was. So
I know the stat.
just the stats right there alone. Now, who is this guy? Now, don't woke up some more people. Some Power Five started cranking up. But then before we got to the Power Five, one of the best academies in the country said, "We want you." IMG Academy. Right? You heard about it, right? You hear the talks about it. Dad started getting interested, had a conversation. Dad said, "Hey, let me go ahead and email them." They reached back out after you email them.
Right.
Gavin Nix being part of IMG.
Right.
But before you make that decision, you didn't just go went to the wife first. She make all the decisions. Like,
Oh yeah. She
we know
talks.
about this show.
Absolutely.
Right? We know about the show, right?
The final say.
Final say gonna go to mom because we're talking about 15, 16-year-old boy talking about going to IMG.
Just turned 15.
I think you just turned 15 going to IMG without mom or without dad and being mature enough to handle that on your own because you're bored over there.
Yeah, you're bored.
So but dad reached out to a couple of people that he can trust. Reached out to me.
Yes.
What's your thoughts?
Yeah.
Right? And I gave my opinion. And mine was, is he mature enough? Was he prepared for mom and dad to be able to go on his own and go IMG? That was the biggest question. Now everybody else was saying, go to IMG is the greatest, the best.
Right.
Not Coach Lowe.
Yeah, to be real.
Right. If he ain't mature enough, we're not going. Let's not do that to him because that can make or break it.
Right.
But we realized he was mature enough. Mom gave it okay. You went to IMG, one of the best academies in the country, compete on the highest level. Just give that experience and we can get on down to business. Tell us about that experience at IMG.
Man, it's been great. I'm going on my 3rd year still, man, and the progress on this journey has been tremendous. And I credit a lot of that to IMG. Being there, I'm at IMG more than I'm at home, so I've been able to grow a lot. My first year there, man, it was different. I wouldn't say it was scary because it was something that I was willing to take on. If I wasn't, I probably would have said yes to it. But my first year, it took me a lot of adjusting to get to. you go back from home and you know, I thought I was smart. I thought I knew football, and they put the playbook on my desk, and it's this big.
Whoa,
like,
defensive play. Whoa.
yeah, I'm like, what? We got our special teams meeting and all this. I'm like, man, coach, ain't we supposed to run on that tackle? You know, so it took a lot of adjusting. But you know, I had the right people helping me, man. Like my coaches. I've had a lot of different coaches while being at IMG, whether they played in the league, coached in the league, or coached D1 ball, man. So I've been able to be a sponge to a lot of different guys who've
Right.
done it or had players at a very high level, man. And it helped me a lot. You know, so that first year was really that year of me getting adjusted. Um, it did a lot for me though. You know, still like I said, when I made that transition coming into high school, where I was like, I'm not where I need to be. I had that self realization after my sophomore year. We're like, man, this is a different type of football.
Yeah.
I'm not where I want to be. I want to be on one of the top programs in the country and be that guy. You know,
Right.
be a
Yeah.
face of the program. And after my sophomore year, I wasn't that. I had a decent year, but I knew I wasn't where I needed to be.
Right.
So it was the same thing, man. That next summer, got in my playbook heavy, asked my coaches anything I needed to do. And you know, the work is work. That never wavered. It was always there. And you know, just coming off my last year, man, great year. Flipped the whole script. I was able to become a captain on the team. Did
Yes.
great things, man. So it was a blessing. Everything that I've been through throughout my time at IMG has been great. You know, I've been through 3 different DCs, and I know my first year I was throwing a fit. I was like, man, I don't know. I might need to go back home. But it teaches
Right.
like those are the examples of some of the things it teach you, because when you get to the next level, you have no control over
Right.
any of that. You know,
Right.
you just have to be able to come to work every day and show up every day.
Right.
And being at a place like IMG teaches you little things like that, and that's a part of, you know, my maturity. A lot of the things I can go on and on about the things that
Right.
that place has done to me to help me mold into the player and person I am. And I might look at it in the moment and be like, dang, why this happening like this? But it's like it teaches you like, all right, if this is something you really want to do, this is what it's going to teach you. This is what you're going to have to go through. So that's why I'm so grateful to have the opportunity and be there. And like I said, you know, I'm going on my last year there. We're going to do half a year, and I'm looking forward to just being even 2 times better than I was last year. You know, just constant improvement. So it's been great for sure.
A lot of life lessons.
A lot.
Right. I know Pat always. We already know Pat's a great man. Right.
Appreciate it, though.
Great man that does a lot of great things, and been married for a while, and great, you know, great husband. You know, great father. You know, you got a sister. Also, you got another brother.
Yeah.
Right.
Older brother
there, and
stepsister.
yeah, and stuff. So like, you know, being that father figure for everyone. You know, your journey have taken a different path. You know, but at the same time, the lessons that we go through with others, it will make us strength, you know, stronger here.
Yeah.
And I know everybody's supporting it, you know, also too. But now him and your mom said, I'm gonna let you go down there. Hope that they continue the same thing that he wants from you and she wants for you, to be that good husband, good father, good man, and a great football player, right?
Oh yeah.
And so far it happened. And that's why you what star now?
4-star.
4-star grades, great grades,
Yes, sir.
academics read, gonna graduate early, right? EE, early enrollee, we call it.
Yes, sir.
And from IMG, a great academy. So, you know, you got a name behind you, put on their resume. What high school you went to? IMG. What the GPA? I'm doing good. I did a great GPA. I was a captain on the team, right? Look at the resume. So when they get Gavin Nix, they're not just getting another football player, right? They're getting more than that. They know they're going to get someone that's going to make them look good at college, right? At their school, right? So right now you hold how many Division I, Power 5, or just total scholarship as a whole? How many you hold?
Oh, 30.
30. 30 opportunities, only can pick one. That had to be the hardest thing ever. And I'm telling you now, I've been through it. You know, my little old had 27, and it was tough. And we had let's do this here before I even get into that. Name off some of them schools. Let's name a couple of them. Give me name some.
Yeah, you got Notre Dame, Florida State, Oregon, Alabama, Auburn, Miami.
Yeah,
This goes on.
So
Michigan.
So all these schools we got to choose. We got to pick. When my boy come up, we were going through a recruiting process as father and son.
Yeah.
It wasn't hard because all we had to decide We're going to give him a 40-year degree instead of a 4-year degree. We're going to give him a chance to play football and be a student. We're going to give him a chance to get in that NFL. So we're going to have the good people. We had reason. It was simple for us. So, man, we ain't go but one official visit. Notre Dame. We went, good people. He said, Daddy, I'm going to school here. I said, okay. All right, well, who I'm going to fight? Especially when people, when Lowe got his offer from Notre Dame, like I asked, I said, Lowe got an offer from Notre Dame. What? But then I said, they got an offer from Ole Miss. Oh, okay. I'm like, so I knew right then.
It's different.
His head got to be right.
Right. I knew it was different, right? So, easy task. NIL just jumped in. Transfer portal. Coaches switching. That decision had to be hard. So, the decision you're going to make for your next 40 years. I never say 4 years. Never. 40-year degree. Right. I know things have changed. The athlete student, instead of student athlete. I know the NIL, the portal is so big and crazy. But this process y'all went through. Before we get into where you're gonna land, tell a little bit about this process.
It's been a journey for sure, man. It's evolved while going through it. The NIL era that really popped up in the middle of my recruitment. So, and it's still evolving, it's still changing. We really don't know where it's gonna be headed. But shoot, for me, it really teaches me that you gotta lean on your morals and your values, man. You gotta have something set in stone that you really believe in, and that gotta be your rock and everything. So when stuff come in like NIL or the portal, it really won't waver too much. It's a factor, but it won't waver too much your decision because you have your morals set in stone or what you value set in stone. So for me, I value development. Who can I trust to develop me to get to the place that I'm trying to be and help me pursue my dreams? Who has a stain of doing that? Is it really proof in the pudding, or is it really just talk on a PowerPoint? Things of that nature. Where can I go that can help? Because football is what I do. It's not who I am. So the piece outside of football is huge. What institution can help me to get my life started outside of football? Whether it's the network that you have in your city, the traction that your city gets. How can I get my face into the community? How can I do things to help the people around me? What institution can really help me get my life started outside of football? Because the ball can go flat any day, something I can't control. So I got to be ready for it when it does happen. And outside of that, the comfortability. College is a big jump, but you want to be somewhere where you feel comfortable and you have true peace on whatever decision you're gonna make, because it's a big piece of your life. It's really detrimental into where the rest of your life and career is gonna go. So you want to be somewhere under people that you trust and you feel comfortable with, man. You want to feel like you home. It really is home away from home. So you want to feel comfortable and you want to be able to sleep at night and be like, you know what, I'm cool with going to this institution, going to this university. So yeah, those are my main things, man. And it's a lot of things, like you say, it's NIL, the portal, but like I say, everything in this life is about your decision. So there's a lot of external things that's happening right now, but the only person who can really control my destiny is my Lord and Savior and myself. I got the choice to wake up and do whatever it is I need to do. It's all about doing what's right from wrong, man. So as long as I continue to stay on the path that I'm on and do what I need to do, I know the Lord will take care of me.
You know what? Amen to that.
Yes, sir.
I tell and I know it's been a process. I talk to your dad all the time, and
Yeah.
he like, "What you think, Lo? What you think, Lo?" Me and you have conversation. What you think, Coach? What you think, Coach? And I just like the fact that we keep the circle small. Right, it does take a village. It don't matter. You got a great mom, great dad, and you got that. So it's still we gotta sometimes gotta reach out that family a little bit and go to that extended family we call it, right? And one thing I know your dad kept it small, right? And he only gonna take in so much. He might talk to some people. Cause sometimes he talk to some dude that I only like, but anyway,
Yeah. It's all good.
but
I still told you,
but he still told you. But no, I'm just kidding about it. But he listened to what it take, and but when I said that, I know he listened to you, and this process. I'm just like I say glad to be part of the journey and what decision you made. But before even that decision, it keep going, right? That's what's so crazy about the recruiting process, right? Because you can make a decision today, and they still coming, right?
Yeah.
It ain't over till it's over.
Till it's
So I
over.
mean, But before we just reveal where we're going, I got to ask one more question. And this, cause let me 2 questions, right? I'm gonna ask. This is the first one. Where you gonna play your All-American game at?
I'll be
You gonna get it wrong? Listen to low.
yeah, I'll be playing my high school All American game in Orlando with Under Armour.
There it is, right? So you're gonna go with Under Armour. There it is, Billy Tucker, right?
sir.
Right, Under Armour, right here. You know, for me, All American game is a great game. You can't go wrong with either one of these games, and that's a great one. Right in town, it's local. Family get to see. I always tell people opportunity for everyone can see you, not just the immediate family. We bring them in from outdoors, baby. We bring them in from wherever we're at, right? Get to see the opportunity. Everybody get a chance to see you in college.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why I made the promise to my boys, I'm gonna be Coach Low for life. Because Dorian Jones at Campbell, Drico Johnson was just telling me, was in the car, they coached with me, right? And they said, Coach, it was Drico Johnson. I remember when no one of my family members can come to the game because I was having a baby and they was at the baby shower. And I called you and you said, I need you to come because I need somebody there for me. I go to the game, 2 pick six.
Mm.
So Colo gonna be there. Dorian Jones said, I mean, you can't wait to Kennesaw to watch me. Matt Milano said, Coach, you can't all wait to Boston to watch me against Virginia Tech. I mean, one weekend I went and watched Brandon Duke at Mercyhurst in Erie, Pennsylvania. Drove back Saturday and watched Lowe and Quint Smith against Pitt. Then drove the next day and watched KJ Dillon and Carl Joseph at West Virginia at night. The next morning, I go to Pitt and watch Nikhil Robley all in one weekend. Giving your family a chance right here in Orlando to Under Armour All-American game to watch you because you never know they can watch it any other time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great choice, and I'm proud and I will be there.
Yes, sir.
So that's the one question.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the journey is there. You're your own limit, right? And there's a new journey, right? Because once you graduate in December from IMG, a whole new journey starts, and right, and you're your own limit. And so with that being said, I know we got Dad sitting right here. I wish Mom can make it, but I know she's here in spirit. I had a 4th seat for her. I ain't bring her.
Yeah.
So anything you want to say before you make your decision on the Listen to Low show about where you're going? You want to thank anybody? You want to thank the other school where you ain't going? And let us know where you're going for 2025 season to start off your college career.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want to say?
Yes, sir. Yeah, most definitely want to thank my Lord and Savior, man. Like I say, without him, I am nothing. Throughout this process, man, I've been able to build a closer relationship with him, be able to build my faith. So it's been a blessing, man. So I thank him for everything. I want to thank, my parents, my dad, my mom, my support system. Without them, without their support, I don't think I'm the man you see today. All my trainers, everybody who's helped me, mentors, teachers, my church community, everybody, like you said, man, it takes a village to raise a young man like myself. And I feel like God has placed the right people in my life to continue to just bless me. It's been a true blessing, man. And to all the schools who recruited me, man, it's been a true blessing, man. I'm extremely grateful to go throughout this process, man. Everything has molded me into the man I am today, and I wouldn't have asked for it to be any other way, man. And it's been a true blessing. And yeah, man, for the next 3 to 4 years, man, I'll be continuing my athletic and academic career at the University of Miami.
There we go, baby. Here it is. Y'all heard it right there. You heard it right there, baby. You see it. Let's go ahead and reveal it, baby. Let's go ahead and reveal it. But they can see it. Wear it on the chest. Wear the brand, the youth brand. Let's go ahead and do it. Show them where we going. There it is.
Yes, sir.
Y'all see it right there. Y'all see it right there on the youth. Right? We locking it in right there. Breaking it down. There it is right there. Here's what's crazy, right? I love this right here, right? It's interesting because when I went down there with Mario Cristobal, he talked about it, and he put his hand up like this here. I'm like, what is he doing? Hey, go ahead, go with Dad. Go ahead, hit it one time, half. There it is, right there. Y'all see it right there. That's the you. But here's what's crazy about the you. I was doing my homework and my research, right?
Okay.
Because Things happen for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind now, you was at the Ray Lewis camp with Ray Lewis doing the camp up there in Ohio, R52, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's one, right?
Yeah.
Then you go down there, right, and you see other guys down there that played up in an area like Malik Bryant, right, made the decision to go down there to play for the U. A lot of great guys. We coach together, right? I mean, I coach you, train you, and here and there. I was looking at my list, and every time my other schools are the L, linebacker U, but I'm just gonna read 4 names, right? And you know this linebacker U: Ray Lewis, Michael Barrow, John Beeson, and Jonathan Bilmer. Drop the mic. Drop the mic. You just put yourself in a class of greatness at the U. Right here, right? Been on that show with Brand Motherwell, he talked about Sean Taylor and things that he have done that hard hitting. That's Gavin. That's where you belong, and you made the right decision today. And hey, I'm proud of it. Congratulations once again for you and your family. I thank y'all, man, for coming on the show and represent, for all of us. And you heard it right here on the Listen to Low show.
Hey,
let it get no better.
Let me say something.
Go ahead.
Hey, man, you want your kid to get right?
Yeah.
Burn, baby, burn.
Already know.
See my guy, Low.
Yes, sir.
I've been knowing him my whole life, man. And different people say different things or whatever. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing, because you don't know the impact that I'm pretty sure you gotta know the impact that you're having on these kids, man. 'Cause I know my son truly respects you. Some of the other people that he goes to, sometimes he's like, I need to go back to coaching. But it's time to get right. You know what I'm saying? So we really appreciate you as a family, what you do in the community for other kids, no matter what nobody say. Because if you ain't doing nothing, they ain't gonna talk about you.
That's right. That's right.
Shout out to Low Wood.
No doubt. And you heard it right there from Mr. Nix himself and Gavin Nix himself. We are going to the U, right? Yes. And you heard it right here today on Listen to Low Show. It get no better than this. Like I told you before, I told you better listen to me. 2 ears, 1 mouth. You are your own limit.